and in their game, he gets named the king. As king, he orders around the other boys, and they all play along, except this one kid who was the son of a Median noble. When the kid refuses to listen, Agridates orders the other boys to rough him up to teach him a lesson for not listening to their king. The noble boy goes home crying and tells on Agridates, and the boy's dad can't stand the injustice, and he immediately goes to Astyages to complain to get this shepherd boy punished. Agridates and his shepherd father are brought to the throne room in Medea, and at first look, Astyages is immediately suspicious. This boy looks exactly like him, and is the same age his dead grandson would be. And on top of all this, he speaks and conducts himself with class far above a commoner. He turns to the shepherd and demands the truth. Who is this boy? The shepherd defends that this is his son, until Astyages threatens him with severe punishment if he's lying, at which point he reveals everything. The king is furious, not so much at the shepherd, but at his most trusted general who had failed him. Harpagus is summoned to the throne room, and as he enters, he sees the shepherd and the boy, and immediately knows he's f***ed. Harpagus knows there's no use in lying, so he tells the truth. But surprisingly, the king seems to keep his cool. He tells Harpagus that he had often felt bad about, killing his grandson, and he's actually somewhat relieved that he's still alive. Tell you what, let's celebrate his return tonight. Come back later and, could you please send your 13-year-old son a little earlier so my grandson will have a companion? Harpagus is relieved and goes home and tells his wife and kid what's going on. He sends his son to the palace early, not thinking anything of it, and starts to get freshened up for the feast. When his son arrives at the palace, Astyages orders his soldiers to kill him and chop him into pieces. Some parts of the boy are then roasted, and other parts are boiled. These cooked pieces of human flesh were then placed on silver platters for later in the evening. At the royal feast, Harpagus is seated with other nobles, and mutton is served to everyone. Harpagus's mutton looks a little different, but the king seems to be in a good mood, so they all eat up. Once everyone's stuffed, Astyages asks Harpagus for a little help. He calls for his attendants, who bring in a basket and places it directly in front of Harpagus. He orders him to lift the basket.